Hi guys, it's Drawlaw here, and today we're going to be tackling Inktober Day 29. And the prompt for today is none other than shoes. We all love shoes, don't we? But before we get started with this video, please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Okay, so let's get started with this video. Now, if you haven't guessed already from the thumbnail, I'm going to be drawing Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Now you may be thinking, what does Dorothy have anything to do with shoes? Well, she wears shoes for one, and the shoes she wears are super important to the plot. They are none other than the ruby slippers. Ooh, ah. Yes, there's like these super magical shoes that are the key to her getting back home. And if you haven't watched The Wizard of Oz or read the book, you better, because it is so good. It is so classic. It's just heartwarming, and I love it. Okay. So my plan for this was to kind of desaturate her whole look, like her dress and her skin kind of, and her hair, like all of it would just be kind of a bland color, but then the shoes would just be like bright and pop out. That was the plan, and I guess I kind of achieved it, but as you'll see throughout the video, I made a few mistakes here and there, and there were some things I could have done better. But let's just talk about what I'm doing right now. So, Dorothy, I think the movie was filmed sometime from like the 60s to the 80s. So, the outfit was very outdated, and I wanted to try something new. I wanted to kind of modernize Dorothy. So, I used her outfit as inspiration, and I kind of dressed her as teenagers her age would dress nowadays. So, instead of giving her this long apron-like pleated midi dress, I gave her a little bit of a shorter dress that's kind of like a cami. It has spaghetti straps, and yeah, I kept the same gingham pattern that she has because, oh, gingham is so cute, and if it didn't have gingham, then it would not be Dorothy. She's also wearing a white shirt under her dress, so I gave her this short sleeve white ruffle top, and instead of the ruby slippers, I took my own kind of view upon it, and I gave her red Vans. You'll see when I color them, they look super cool. And instead of the braided pigtails she has, I just gave her Dutch braids like a lot of people wear nowadays. So yeah, that's the outfit. Also, you'll see she's holding a little doggy. That's Toto, and Toto was also super important in the story. I mean, he's there for the whole movie, and he's just super important. Like, Dorothy had to have Toto. I was also planning on drawing that basket in her arm that she always carries in the movie, but I ended up forgetting, and by the time I remembered, I had already inked and everything, so it was too late to draw it. I'm also inking with my darkest liner on the outside, and then on the inside, I went in with a finer liner to help me with all the details. Yes, now we're going on to the gingham. Now, the gingham print is a little bit tricky, I'm not gonna lie. I had to look at a reference just to make sure I got it right. It's like, bunch of checkered squares, and it's like blue, light blue, blue, light blue, blue, light blue in one row, and then the next row is white, light blue, white, light blue, and you just keep alternating like that. It's similar to, like a plaid look, but it's not quite a checker look. It's a little bit more complicated than just plain black and white checkers. But I'm happy with the way the dress turned out. The dress turned out perfect. I love how desaturated it was. It wasn't as bright as the original Dorothy's dress, and it was going good. Everything was going good, but then when I got to the shoes, that's probably where I made the mistake. And now I'm coloring in her skin. I made her just this nice peach tone, and I gave her pink around the joints, just because I think, like the elbows and knees, I like adding pink sometimes, just because I think it just makes the character look cuter. And now I'm coloring in her face. Also, I drew like little pieces sticking out of her hair on the front of her face, just because I feel like a lot of people leave out hair pieces, just because that looks trendy. And now onto the shoes, what you all came here for. As you can see, these Vans are inspired by real ones. I actually have these exact shoes, and I love them. They're so cute. But I ended up going dark on the shoes. thinking it would turn out okay, and I went a little too dark, and the shoes did not turn out as bright as I wanted them to be. It's a little bit unfortunate. If I could go back, I would definitely just fix the shoes, but it's okay. I mean, we all make mistakes, and I'll just learn from this next time. Learn not to use not so dark of a gray. Okay, now moving on to her hair. I didn't make her hair too dark brown because her dog is dark brown, and I didn't want it to clash too much with it. Now moving on to the puppy, Toto. See, I'm using a slightly darker brown, and as you can see, he is next to her braid, so if they were the same dark brown, it just wouldn't have looked right. Okay, now I'm just adding a few finishing touches like shading here and there. I also added a few little sparkly bits by her shoes just to make them look extra magical. And I took a roll of tape and I drew a circle around it. And then I just erased it a little bit just so that it didn't show. And I'm just going to color that circle in yellow. I've seen YouTubers do this before, and I've done this before myself. And sometimes when the drawing looks a little bit plain or there's nothing going on in the background, I just think it adds that touch of what the drawing needs. And there it is. I'm super happy with the way it turned out. If you guys like the way I modernized Dorothy and would like to do this to other characters, make sure to leave a like in my video, and I'll definitely will. Give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ding the bell to receive notifications. Alright guys, thanks! Have a happy Halloween! Bye!